Have you ever stopped to wonder why certain people seem to be irresistibly drawn to you? Almost like there's a mysterious force working behind the scenes, pulling them into your life. Why do some connections seem to form instantly, like two souls that were already familiar before they even met? According to Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, when someone truly and deeply falls for you, there are only two real reasons behind that powerful connection, and both are rooted in something far deeper than physical appearance, common hobbies, or surface-level compatibility. These reasons emerge from the depths of the human psyche, from an inner realm where the conscious and unconscious minds are constantly communicating, even when we aren't aware of it. Maybe you've felt that inner tug before, a quiet but persistent voice inside you, trying to speak up when something didn't feel quite right. Maybe you were in a relationship that seemed perfect on the outside, stable, comfortable, even enviable. But that, behind closed doors or in the privacy of your own heart, left you feeling hollow, anxious, or emotionally distant. Or maybe you've made a decision that made total sense rationally, something everyone around you praised, but deep down, something didn't sit right. You felt uneasy, as if a part of you was being ignored. Jung would tell you that these moments aren't just random emotional reactions or signs of overthinking. They are signs, symbolic messages coming from your unconscious. These signals might not always be loud, and they rarely come in the form of direct words. Instead, they show up as intuition, dreams, discomfort, or repeated emotional patterns. Most people spend their entire lives ignoring these inner signals. But those who choose to listen, to truly connect with their inner world, unlock a deeper, more meaningful way of experiencing life and love. Every time you ignore that subtle inner discomfort or silence your instincts because they don't make sense, you are not just avoiding a temporary feeling, you're actually disconnecting from your own core. And when you live disconnected from yourself, it doesn't just disturb your peace of mind. It weakens your sense of direction, affects your relationships, clouds your purpose, and distances you from your full potential. Now, according to Jung, the first reason someone falls in love with you in a true and lasting way has to do with your authenticity. When you are unapologetically yourself, not in a rebellious or dramatic way, but with grounded honesty and self-awareness, you begin to radiate something that can't be faked. You give off a presence, a frequency, that attracts those who are aligned with the real you, not the version you perform for the world. This energy is magnetic, but not in the superficial, charming way we often associate with attraction. It's deeper than charisma. It's the energy of someone who has nothing to hide, who embraces both light and shadow, strength and vulnerability. And it is precisely this kind of truth, unpolished yet powerful, that speaks directly to the unconscious of others. Without even knowing why, people feel drawn to you because your energy tells them, I am real, I am whole, I am home. Jung likened this process to standing at a crossroads in life. One path looks safe, well lit, and filled with people, the path of conformity, of doing what is expected. The other path is darker, unfamiliar, full of unknowns. Most people choose the path that seems easier, that brings less risk. But true growth, Jung argued, only happens when you have the courage to walk the road less traveled, the one that confronts you with your fears, your inner doubts, and the parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. And here's where the paradox becomes beautiful. When you face your own darkness, your wounds, your contradictions, when you integrate the parts of yourself you once rejected, you begin to emit an energy that is deeply attractive. Not because you're perfect, but because you're whole. And people who are meant to walk beside you will recognize that wholeness, even if they don't understand it consciously. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to light up in your presence as if your very being ignites something within them? Carl Jung would say it's not magic, it's resonance. It happens when you unknowingly touch a part of them that longed to be seen, a hidden essence waiting for acknowledgement. This is the power of authentic love. Not the kind based on surface attraction or what one can gain from the other, but love born from a deep mutual recognition of each other's true selves. Sometimes, the unconscious doesn't communicate through discomfort or chaos. Instead, it whispers gently, drawing your attention to something new. Have you noticed how certain people, places, or even abstract ideas suddenly spark an unfamiliar curiosity within you? This pull isn't random. It's your unconscious guiding you toward a path that's more aligned with who you truly are. But to follow this path requires bravery. It demands that you step into the unknown, trusting that what lies ahead is greater than what you must leave behind. Change often feels threatening. We cling to what's familiar because we fear the emptiness that might come if we let it go. But Jung saw that emptiness not as something to fear, but as sacred ground, a fertile void where transformation can begin. Like a gardener pruning dry branches, we must let go of the old to allow the new to thrive. In doing so, we create space for fresher, more vibrant energy to take root. One of Jung's most captivating insights is the concept of synchronicity, those seemingly random yet meaningful coincidences that carry a sense of purpose. When someone enters your life through synchronicity and an instant, profound connection forms, it's not mere chance. It's a reflection of a deep alignment between your inner world and the outer universe. This often shows up as true love. You meet someone and feel as if you've known them forever. There's a familiarity that defies logic. Jung would say it's because you both are tuned into similar frequencies of the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of shared human experiences and truths. Each time you choose to release what no longer serves you, you're signaling to your unconscious, "I'm ready for something more aligned." This act of trust shifts not only your relationships, but your perception of reality. Things begin to fall into place. The right people enter your life, opportunities arise, and above all, inner peace returns. Jung's greatest secret was that reality itself is a mirror of your internal state. When you're aligned within, when you've integrated your shadow, listened to your intuition, and honored your truth, the external world reflects that harmony. Have you ever met someone who sees parts of you that even you haven't acknowledged? This is a sign of a deeply Jungian connection. These people aren't drawn to the mask you wear in public. They're drawn to your authentic core, which reveals itself in your most subtle gestures, your smallest words. It's as if they see straight through the layers of protection you've built over the years and connect directly with your soul. Everything you experience outside yourself originates from within. Jung described this as projection. The traits you admire or despise in others are often reflections of parts of you that you've yet to fully recognize or accept. That's why certain relationships feel chaotic or repetitive. They aren't random. They are invitations from your unconscious to turn inward. Have you asked yourself why specific people trigger the worst in you, or why certain relationship patterns keep repeating? Jung would say, these are not accidents. They are essential lessons, urging you to bring your hidden aspects into the light. But healing these patterns doesn't happen by accident. It requires conscious effort, reflection, self-honesty, and the courage to explore your own depths. Jung's idea of the persona, the mask we wear to navigate society, plays a vital role in love and relationships. The danger lies in confusing the mask for your true identity. Genuine connection happens when someone looks past your persona and reaches your authentic self. It's fascinating how some relationships flow with ease, while others require constant effort just to stay afloat. Jung would say the most harmonious connections are built on authenticity, when both individuals are relating from their true selves rather than their projections or unmet needs. This doesn't mean there are no challenges, but the difficulties are faced from a place of mutual respect and honesty. When you begin to confront your shadow, profound shifts happen. You stop reacting blindly to the same triggers. Instead, you see the patterns, the messages behind every experience. This is the gift of Jungian psychology, to free you from the invisible chains of outdated habits and painful dynamics. Emotional chaos, that overwhelming tide of conflicting feelings, is another language of the unconscious. It's not there to punish you, but to alert you that something in your life is out of sync. Jung would invite you not to run from that chaos, but to walk through it. Because within that mess lies the seed of your transformation. Chaos is not the end, it's the beginning. It's the ground from which new life grows. It's in these moments of inner storm where you learn the most about yourself, your boundaries, your wounds, and your true needs. But this growth only happens when you stop, breathe, and ask the difficult questions. What is this teaching me? What part of me needs healing? Jung also had a profound view on the concept of soulmates. Unlike the romanticized version we often see, Jung believed a soulmate isn't just someone who completes you. It's someone who challenges you to grow, someone who reflects back the parts of you that you've avoided. These relationships may be intense, even uncomfortable, but they hold the potential to catalyze deep healing and transformation. The paradox of true love, according to Jung, is that we must first find ourselves before we can truly find the other. When we search outside for what we lack inside, we build relationships based on dependency. But when we take time to heal, to become whole within ourselves, we begin to attract people who mirror that completeness, not people who fill our voids. Each time you let go of relationships, beliefs, or situations that no longer resonate, you create space for something greater. You send a message to the universe that you are ready, and the universe responds. The right people begin to appear, new opportunities unfold. Most importantly, your inner peace begins to bloom. All that previous chaos becomes a necessary prelude to the rebirth of your truest self. Jung believed life's ultimate goal isn't happiness in a fleeting sense, but wholeness. And that wholeness comes when we reconnect with our essence, not the persona we've crafted to fit societal molds, but the real self that exists beyond expectations, beyond fears. Have you ever experienced a connection with someone so deep it felt like it transcended language? In those moments, Jung believed, you're touching the collective unconscious, a shared psychic space where barriers dissolve and a more profound communication unfolds. These connections are rare, but when they occur, they are sacred, and they happen when both individuals have done the work to connect to their true selves. The first step toward that kind of connection is nurturing a deep, loving relationship with yourself. Take the time to know who you are, what you desire, what you fear, and what you dream of. Listen closely to your intuition, that quiet inner voice that always guides you toward what elevates your spirit. When you live in harmony with yourself, you become a magnet for aligned experiences. You attract the right people, make better decisions, and see with greater clarity. Remember, everything is connected. Your relationships, your struggles, your triumphs, they are all reflections of your inner world. Every time you choose to live in alignment with your truth, you're not only transforming yourself, you're shifting the world around you. These two fundamental reasons why someone may fall in love with you, the recognition of your authenticity and the projection of their own hidden aspects, might seem simple, but within them lies the full complexity and beauty of the human soul. Carl Jung dedicated his life to exploring these inner processes, and his legacy invites us to do the same, to look within with honesty, to embrace our wholeness, and to connect from a place of truth. Take a moment to reflect. What part of this message spoke to you? What relationship, fear, or habit have you been holding on to that no longer aligns with who you are becoming? And what might happen if you dared to let it go? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let others know which part resonated with you most, or what step you're ready to take toward living a life that reflects your inner truth. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to read today. And if this message touched you, consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear it too. Together, we can build a community where knowledge, self-awareness, and authenticity become a force for transformation. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next message. Every like, comment, and share helps spread this light a little further. Life is full of infinite possibilities, and you have the power to choose how you want to live it. So I ask you, are you ready to discover what's been waiting inside you all along? Do it, because the world needs more people like you, brave, real, and willing to shape their own reality. Thank you for being here, for listening, and above all, for being part of this journey. We'll see you in the next video, and remember, change begins with you.